So today I'm going to be talking about my hashtag 100 day challenge, which I took part in or I announced I was going to do exactly 99 days ago. It finishes tomorrow, which is a bank holiday in the UK, but I am at day 99 of the 100 day challenge. And the reason why I've done this challenge is just to see if I could instill a small habit or a small task every day. I keep talking about doing small little tasks, and those little tasks grow and grow and grow. And I thought, right, Steve, how can you challenge yourself to form that type of habit over and over again every day, and just get some momentum behind that? Because it's all about, it's easy to start, but the momentum is what you need to do, isn't it? What we want to do, to make things happen. So I decided to do a hashtag 100 day challenge, and I posted this on my Facebook page and on Instagram, and if you want to have a look at those, you can. Just sit on here on Facebook. You can click on Facebook and see it. And I posted a picture every day with a little comment and some hashtags, and then it's been brilliant. Lots of people have been commenting back and posting their pictures, which is fantastic. So what I wanted to do basically was try this habit and test something out. So when I thought about what could I do, I thought, well, there's a lot of doom and gloom on the internet at the moment, isn't there? And in the news and all that sort of stuff. I thought, let's spread a little bit of a joy. Let's have a little bit of smiles back to Facebook. Let's have a smiley Facebook rather than a grumpy Facebook. And that Instagram, instead of Instagripe, let's have Instagram or Instamoan. Let's make it better. Let's make it and put a smile on people's faces and get people to comment. So I thought, well, what I could do is I would look in my phone and look for moments of joy that it's in my phone. Now, iPhones, whatever phone you've got that takes photographs, is just superb, because it's like this diary, this living diary of what you do, and it gives you a chance to look back, 5-10 years ago, and see what you were doing on those days. I don't know what we did without these photographed these cameras, but we just took photographs, didn't we? And then, do you remember that when you used to take a photograph? If you might be too young to remember this, but you took a photograph on your little camera with the film inside it. You sent that film off in a little envelope, in a prepaid envelope, and then about 2 weeks later, and obviously you paid for it, and 2 weeks later your photos come back. And half of them had missing heads, and you couldn't see what you were taking, and they were fuzzy, or wherever, upside down. But now, obviously on your phone, you can just click away. And by the way, that's what I try and do also with my phone, is have a bit of a clear through sometimes of all the photographs, because I tend to take 6 or 7 photographs of the same thing. Enough of me, though, talking about cameras and photographs. Let's talk about the 5 things that I learned over my sharing moments of joy, and sharing my moments of joy from all my pictures with lovely people out there. And thanks to everybody in the groups that I belong to for commenting back. So the first piece of learning I sort of reflected on yesterday was that small, easy and fun tasks get the bigger job done. So, you've head out chunking, haven't you? You've got this big, massive task, and then you try and head onto it and try and get it done very quickly, and it's going to take time. So what you need to do is put it into small, easy and fun. I must admit, I've really enjoyed posting, and it's been fun going through my pictures every day. I haven't really planned it out either. I just sort of zoomed up and down and found a picture and thought, well, what can I write about there? So number 1 is small, easy and fun. Number 2, it's about routine. One of the things I realised is that when I was posting, and I was posting regularly, and I've had a bit of a sort of a dash with the end of the post because I missed some days, I realised. And I had this big job that I had to do, and it just sort of went a little bit of astray. And I suppose that's a bit of a learning curve as well, isn't it? If you go astray, get back on that horse, carry on. There's only a few days out. You don't go to the gym and you get muscles all of a sudden, do you? You have to work on it. And if you want to swim 20 laps at the gym and you can't swim, you're not going to be able to swim 20 laps straight away. 1 or 2 laps, half a lap, quarter of a lap, a width or whatever they call it in the swimming pool first. So what I found is for number 2 is putting a routine in place. And my routine was to post after dinner. Find the picture, post after dinner, and then put my laptop away for the evening, and that's what I did. So I found a routine. I also basically put a reminder in my to-do application, what I have, that reminds me to post the picture, just to remind me, and that was very useful as well. So small, easy tasks and routine and get the system in place. And basically my system is very easy. I'd find a picture, go onto Instagram, write the piece on it, put the hashtags in. I use the hashtag generator, and then I copied that into my own Facebook page and into the Start Group Facebook page. And I have just followed the same routine every time. Number 3 is celebrating others. I think one of the real successes of the 100-day challenge for me is people liking my pictures and making comments, and then me doing the same. Okay, me doing the same. Celebrating others' pictures, because all these wonderful people took time out to put their pictures up, which was absolutely fantastic. And then I think what's fantastic I learned about that is it's not only about liking, it's also about adding comments and commenting on people's photographs, and that caused some conversation, which was fantastic. And I learned so much about people after doing that. So number 3 is about celebrating others. Tick and like is great, but comments are always better. And if you are watching this, please make sure you comment below, which is always good. And if you're watching it another time, hashtag replay as well, which is useful as well, because then we know when people are watching. And just pop a comment in the comments below. Like, share, and all those sort of things. So number 4 was about something forward thinking. Now, I know I said earlier that I didn't really plan this, but there were some weeks when I knew after that sort of 8 o'clock time when my laptop was going to go away, I was either doing something or going out. So what I did was simply put a little folder on my desktop, on my computer desktop, which is called Instagram Posts, and I had about 10 pictures in there. There's still one left. One left is going to be posted later on today. So I had this folder. So I was forward thinking what were the barriers, what are the things that could stop me doing this? And sometimes it was because I was going out for dinner, or I was going to the theatre, or I couldn't post at that time, or I didn't have access to a computer or internet or whatever. So I had this standby folder ready, just as a sort of a standby folder, and I call that forward thinking. So, just thinking about the barriers. So far we've got small and easy fun, routine, system in place, celebrating others as you go along, liking and making comments, and then thinking about the barriers that could be in the way, that could stop you doing what you're doing. And then my last learning was celebrate. Wow, if I go now onto my Facebook and Instagram page and look at all the posts that I've posted over the last 100 days, it's like a catalogue of joy, catalogue of happiness. I got a real sense of achievement when I looked at it. And what I might do is I might pop a little video in, which just scrolls down so you can see what that achievement looks like. But isn't that brilliant about tracking that in place and feeling that sense of accomplishment? And I'd always say, if you're going to start little small habits, do those little tracking sheets, do those physical, those very visual tracking sheets. Now, sometimes you're not going to do what you'd said you're going to do, but that's okay. That's all right. Just move it to the next day, but make sure those gaps don't become too big. So if you say to yourself, you're going to go out for a walk every day, and one day you can't, that's all right. It didn't happen that day. But make sure the next day you get those trainers on and you get out and go for your walk and enjoy what you're doing. And again, small, easy and fun. Get those headphones on, listen to an audio book, download a video, get that out there and make it fun, and have that sort of system in place to help you do that. So that was my 100 learnings from my hashtag 100-day challenge. Am I going to do another one? Yes, I am. And that starts on Tuesday. And that is all going to be about putting what I call the fundamentals in place and making sure I invest time in them each and every day. And the fundamentals in my head are investing time in my mind, investing time in my body, physically, investing time in my spirit and emotions, and then investing time in relationships. And they're my four corners that you have to get in place before you can really start talking about time improvement. And I like to call them time investment activities. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing for my next 100-day challenge. Please, if you want to join me, hashtag 100-day challenge. Why not? Just put a hashtag in, say what your challenge is, and just update people wherever you update people, on either in groups or in personal Facebooks or wherever. You don't really have to post if you don't want to, but you can share it. But that's my next 100-day challenge. So just as a very quick recap, folks, I've done a 100-day challenge. I wanted to do it because I wanted to test out some ideas and form a habit, and I wanted to make the internet be more joyous. And what I learned by doing this is definitely those moments of joy are important, and sharing and caring. And the 5 things I would say I've learned were small and easy and fun steps get there. Routine in place, which is great to have to remind you to do things. Celebrate others. Give people pats on the back along the way. Celebrate others because they'll celebrate you, and that gears your motivation on. Make sure you have some forward thinking though, and think about the barriers that may be in place. And then lastly is get that tracking in place as well, looking out for those senses of achievement so you can look back at your achievements and go, wow, look what I've done.